Hiya, and welcome back to Dawn Chorus, the game that teaches us that I'm going to need these characters to stop being relatable for more than 5 seconds. I need them to stop being relatable. That would be appreciated. Thank you. Anyways, let's just hop right in. God, I'm going to have to edit out like 20, whatever. Oh shit, that one.
Tell me, Arvo, are you happy now?
No. This is giving just Monica vibes from Doki Doki Literature Club. This is giving Monica. Just say no, to be honest. You're happy because you're too dumb. Stop being relatable. Do you want the answer that you want to hear or the actual true answer? Arvo probably is. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. Yeah, we're happy. I think I am, at least here in this room at this moment.
That's good to hear. You know, I feel like I wasn't ever really living, only waiting for my life to start. I don't want to wait for anything any longer. I want to feel that I'm alive.
I can feel him snuggle up to me, his lithe lupine body fitting against mine. He catches me off guard, but my body reacts almost instinctively, and I put my arm around him, holding him close. All these events we've spent together come back to me, condensed into one singular moment. Mikko. His scent is familiar and comforting. He smells like sunny evenings in green meadows, like my best memories. Oh, hiya, welcome, Sam. See, it's funny because they're gay. Wait, what? His canine whiskers tickle my neck, but I don't mind that at all. I have my wolf back. I don't care about anything else. I don't even hear the music playing anymore. There's just the two of us here, these four walls and nothing else. Who's Sam? Who wants to explain to Dragon who Sam is? Mikko. His denim jacket is rough under my paws. Oh, hi, Star. His denim jacket is rough under my paws.
What up, losers?
But underneath it is my friend I didn't even know I missed so much. I snuggle him close and he holds on to me completely still. Then when I start to pet his back gently, he shakes a little, and for a moment I think he's sobbing. When he shifts his snout to rest it on my chest, my t-shirt is dry.
Arvo.
I'm here. Okay, Lake or Rune? Being sad with the besties, having severe fucking depression with the besties. Truly the greatest thing ever. The gay one or the slightly less gay one? Devin isn't an option. But damn. I know you're down bad, but damn. Slightly less gay. You know what? I'm gonna make a poll. I'm gonna make a poll. Okay. One is gay and the other kisses men. So there you go. Can we kill one of them? Okay, Lake is the gay one and Rune is the slightly less gay one. Lake is the gay one. Rune is the slightly less gay one. And I know that people are, and I know that you all... No, Mama! Your mother. And I know that people are going to fucking rig the vote. Amethyst. I have a feeling that you're rigging the vote. And honestly, I set it up. You know what? 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 Your Sonic Sat AM cartoon. And it's the gay one. I'm in my room, what's up? Lake responded to my message almost instantly. I came here hoping to find someone, but since dinner, it's oddly quiet in the whole guest house. I just lazed around for a while before deciding to text Lake. Got any ideas on what to do? I'm down in the common space. Come over if you want, we'll think of something. Okay, this is better than sitting here alone for sure. I get up from the sofa, walking in the direction of Lake's room. Hey, you got here fast! Come on, come in. Jorgen is inside too, and I've invited Mikko already. Oh, I didn't think that this would turn into a party. Hi there, Jorgen. Arvo. When I enter the room, Jorgen is sitting on his bed and tapping at his phone furiously. He gives me a quick glance before going back to writing. The orange-tinted afternoon light reflects on his thick glasses, partially obscuring his face. What the dog doing? I don't know. Standing here looking at him, I feel like he is really somewhere far away and I might never reach him. Oh, Mama! Not until he would reach out to me and pull me in first. I definitely wouldn't call it a party. Besides, I thought about going out for a walk. It'd be nice to move a bit after dinner. Playing table paw ball is nice, but that's just standing in one place flailing your paws. I see you're energetic as always. Make Star another mod. Make her a mod. Oh shit, she's not one. Alright. Let me see if I can do it from here. Shit, I can't. So I'm going to Command C, the username. I'm doing this on a completely different laptop. Roles manager. Add new. Command V. As moderator. Save. Okay, Star, try saying something. Just say anything. Because I think I did it right. And there you go, you're a mod. Congratulations. I see you're energetic as always. We can go, why not? Spending time outside here is only a pleasure, comparing that to the crowded city. Oh, I definitely get what you mean. You know, sometimes I miss my old town. Sometimes I miss it too, but then I remember what living there looked like. I mean, there was just nothing to do for most of the year. You might be right. I enjoy living in a big city too. I love the energy it has. Just, you know, sometimes it's good to be back in nature. Yes, the sword means you're a mod. Why Mikko, by the way? I thought that you didn't know each other much. Yeah, but we bumped into each other in the corridor when we were coming back to our room and started talking. He said he has no plan, so I told him he can come over. Suddenly, there's a knock on the door, and Mikko's head peeks in through the gap.
Hi, can I come in?
Speak of the devil. I invited you, didn't I? Come in, sit down, hop in a bed, do whatever you like.
Thanks.
He enters the room and looks at the three of us, visibly confused.
Were you talking about me?
Oh no, Arva just mentioned you.
Oh, okay. So, what is the plan?
Would you like to say, what would you say for a little walk?
Why not? I'm down for whatever you're up to.
Behind me, Jorgen puts down his phone and hops onto the wooden floor. Okay, I'm ready now. Let's go then while the sun is still out. Jorgen, already in a jacket, walks up to the window and looks out. We don't have much time. Come on then, top. We leave the room together. Lake leads the way, walking in a lively step, while Jorgen leaves as the last one and locks the door before catching up to us. About to make an igloo for Arvo, yippee. Yay! The sky is painted with a myriad of reds and yellows. It must be close to sunset already, but the sun is hidden behind the clouds. It's really chilly outside of this hour already, but the views make it worthwhile. I love winter so much. It's definitely my favorite time of the year. Sweater season.
It's nice, but I wouldn't want it to last all year for sure.
I wouldn't mind, frankly. I'd rather have to put on a coat than overheat constantly. Plus, I love snow so much. I regret giving him this voice. Shows his hands. Deer hands. Saying that, he flops backwards into the snow. What are your favorite seasons then? For me, it's autumn. What about you, Arvo? Spring, summer, autumn, or winter? I actually like the autumn time. Winter. Don't summon the deer hands. Ah! Damn. Whichever has the most rain, that would be spring. Choose my personal favorite? Yeah, I gotta go with autumn. It's somehow perfect. I like autumn the most, too. Winter for dinner. I like autumn the most, too. It's the time of sweaters and drinking hot cocoa, looking through the window at all the falling leaves. You, Mikko? Mikko thinks for a while before replying, staring into the open sky.
I think my favorite season is always the current one. There's something really special about each one, and I always find myself enjoying the season I'm in the most. I love snow too, and I love the peacefulness winter brings. Everything seems still, and everything around is covered with white fluff.
Before he can continue speaking, he hit with a snowball from behind. Look of surprise on his face is priceless. His tail completely straightens up behind him, too.
Oh, you!
He leans down to the ground and quickly makes a snowball of his own, immediately throwing it at Lake, who's running away from him. Jorgen looks at the three of us with a startled look on his face before hiding behind me. Ha. I'd ignore his message. I don't mean to stand still, though. It's been years since I've been in a snowball fight. I crouch on the ground and start making a snowball, but before I'm done, I get hit by one thrown by Lake. Damn, he has a good aim. The fresh snow is soft and just perfect for making snowballs. I finish mine quickly and patting it well to make it harder and throw it at Lake. He ducks under it, throwing himself into the snow again. Damn, what an agile beast! Mikko has hidden himself behind the tree, but from here I can see him clearly. I assemble another snowball in seconds, hoping that it won't get hit with another by Lake. Taking a few steps forward, I launch the snowball at an unsuspecting Mikko and hit him straight in the chest. He turns towards me surprised and I wave at him before a certain lion pounces on me, throwing me back onto my back into the snow. Hello there! Hello there! Before I can react, he kneels on me, grabbing a pawful of snow and starts rubbing it into my snout. Like, oh my god, it's cold! You don't say! I grab a pawful of snow too and throw it at him. He starts laughing and gets off me, falling onto his back on the ground next to me. Ooh! His chest rises and falls rhythmically as he pants, winded. The breaths escaping his muzzle turn into small clouds in the cold air before floating up and dissipating. That was fun! Certainly! Well, I can't feel my snout now. Mm-hmm. We lie on the snow in silence for a bit before Lake speaks again. You know, spending time with you is fun. I'm really happy we have the chance to do that here. Back in the dormitory, I often felt like you were avoiding me for some reason. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I had no idea you felt that way. I never avoided you. I struggle with keeping up with my studies and progressing with photography, so I rarely had the time to meet. Maybe I should rethink my priorities. Yeah, it would be good for you if you just relaxed and did something fun from time to time. Like now, for example. Yeah, I liked that a lot.
Hey, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm going back to the guest house. It's quite cold already. See you two later.
Hey, wait, we're coming too. I get up and grab Lake's paw, lifting him from the ground. Where's Jorgen?
Over there, waiting for us at the door.
Shaking the snow away from our fur, we return to the guest house together. We have to go to the locker room. To the locker room. After the After the walk, the four of us split and each went our own separate ways. Lake went with Jorgen back to their room, and Mikko returned to his own room as well. I spent some time in the lobby, watching TV, but it quickly got boring, so I'm walking around the guest house looking for anyone. Looks like there's no one here. I decided to check out the locker room to see if anyone was in the swimming pool or the sauna, but it doesn't look like it. Where is everyone? Check the sauna and the swimming pool just in case, or go to the common space. Oh no, violence! Ah! God, why are we punting Dragon? Why are we punting him? For the funnies. Okay then. I guess we're going to the common space. For a moment, I think about going to the sauna alone just to relax, but frankly, I'm already plenty bored. Plenty relaxed, just bored. There's a faint melody coming from somewhere. I stop for a moment and listen. It sounds like a piano, only muffled. Oh yeah, now I remember there was a piano in the common space. I continue walking towards that room. The closer I am to it, the louder the music gets. Walking into the common space, I see it's Mikko sitting behind the piano. He notices me entering the room and stops playing, turning towards me.
Arvo, did you know they have a piano here?
Yeah, I've been here a few times already. I didn't pay much attention to it, not being able to play the piano myself.
It's even in tune. I was afraid it's here only for decoration, but it looks like someone is taking good care of it.
He touches the keyboard with such affection that for a moment I can't help but feel jealous. Are you still playing piano sometimes? You were always quite good at it.
Not really, I haven't seen one in a long time.
Get wrecked, Arvo. Hold on. Let me put a video capture device. New one. Alright. Got me. Got my face there. Scooch it down. Ha! Fucking. Eh. Fucking. Get fucked, Arvo. Get fucked. Haha. Yes, I have a whole fucking keyboard just right beside my desk.
Not really, I haven't even seen one in a long time. Remember the one we had at our school?
Oh yeah, this one looks better for sure.
There wasn't anything wrong with that one, it was just old. Still, it was so much fun.
I sit down on the sofa, feeling somewhat awkward standing in the middle of the room. I was always awful at piano, so I don't really share the sentiment. Oh, but I remember staying with you after classes and listening to you play. Let me actually position this somewhere where it won't fucking die. Why did you stop playing? Rune and Bjorn suddenly emerge from the corridor, walking alongside each other. Bjorn holds some book in his paw, but from where I sit, I can't read the title. Mikko! And Arvo! Hello. Hi, Rune. Hey, Bjorn. I had no idea you could play piano, Mikko. Knowing your way around
the keyboard helps a lot with composing. I actually started with the piano and switched to electronic instruments later.
We heard someone playing the piano in here and came to listen. Hope you don't mind an audience.
I don't, although don't expect too much from me. I haven't played a real acoustic thing in a long time.
Rune walks into the room and sits down on an armchair. Bjorn, however, walks up to me and points to the spot next to me on the sofa. You don't mind if I sit here? No, don't worry. He sits down heavily next to me and leans forward with elbows on his knees, resting his chin on his paws. The wooden construction of the sofa creaks under our combined weight.
So would you like me to play something?
Sure.
Maybe this one.
Mikko turns towards the piano and lifts both his canine paws, wiggling his fingers for a moment before putting them down on the keyboard. Everyone goes silent in an instant, leaving only the crackling from the fireplace resounding in the room. Mikko begins playing the piece, soft piano notes reverberating around the room. He strokes the keys gently, but with confidence. The three of us sit in silence, not wanting to distract him, but also enchanted by the music. I don't think he would notice anything anyway, completely engrossed in playing. There's a genuine smile on his face, and he closes his eyes from time to time, his tail swaying from side to side with the rhythm of the piece. It's like he's playing with his whole body, not just his paws. The music is delicate and calm, like a meadow brushed against a gentle autumn breeze. Sorry, I started tearing up. Other than this keyboard and composing electronic music, or really just a proper acoustic piano, it's been almost a year since I've actually been able to sit down and play the piano. It's been almost a year. And that really does upset me. It makes me feel like I'm floating above the ground or being carried away by a gentle stream. It's touching something deep within me that I haven't felt for a long time. His paws move elegantly in wide sweeps across the keys. It takes some effort and he has to slow down in some parts, but from the look on his snout, it's clear that he's having a lot of fun. He looks really happy when he plays. Yeah, I remember that from the times we were in middle school together. He always looked genuinely happy when he was playing an instrument. Right now, in his smile, I can see the boy he was back then, getting lost in music and forgetting about the world around him. Suddenly, I hear steps somewhere behind me. Turning around, I see Torolf entering the room, holding a banana in his paw. He raises his other paw to greet us, but doesn't say anything. Instead, he walks up to the free armchair and sits down quietly, listening to Mikko playing. His steps feel deliberate and balanced. I hadn't noticed it before, but he walks in a really elegant way. Meanwhile, Mikko finishes playing the piece. That was really nice, Mikko. Mikko turns towards him, surprised.
Hi, did we meet before?
I believe not. Lake mentioned you, though. I know you're Arvo's friend. I'm Torolf. It's a pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure for me as well.
It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water.
Makes me uncomfortable.
It's time to drink
That's why
water.
I don't really like him. It's the fact that he makes me uncomfortable.
A pleasure for me as well.
That was something, Mikko. Really.
Aw, thanks. Even if you're saying that only out of courtesy.
I can't help but envy him. I myself struggled with playing anything on piano, and there wasn't any fun in it for me. When I was listening to him play, I always felt inadequate. Started a bit earlier than me, and that was enough to discourage me. Mikko used to tell me that pushing through the first phase of playing anything is a huge effort, but for me it seemed like I would never get out of that phase. The truth is, I never applied myself while Mikko kept practicing and practicing. Now he's better than I will ever be. No, that was really great. Where did you learn to play like that?
Well, we had music lessons in school like everyone in Finland. We were mostly playing stringed and wind instruments, but we had the basics of piano too. I spent a lot of time playing piano by myself after classes.
Oh! Does it mean that you can play too, Arvo? Not really. I had music lessons as well, but I was never good at it. Maybe you remember something from them, though. Maybe a few melodies, that's all. Would you like to play too? Oh, I don't know. I haven't played in a long time, and I was never good to begin with. Ah, come on. I'm sure you're better than you think. We will make fun of you, don't worry. He has worry written all over his face. I don't know if it's a good idea, Rune. Try playing the piano or nope. You'll bite Arvo for good luck? Chomp. Just chomp. Let's explode onto piano. No! Well, I can try. I have no idea what I'm doing. Why is it always so hard for me to refuse when others ask me politely? The excited look on Rune's face was too much for me. I just couldn't let him down. even though I know in the end I inevitably will. Mikko stands up from the piano and moves on to the closest armchair. I reluctantly walk over and sit down where he sat a second ago, in front of the instrument. Resting my paws on the keyboard, I notice they're shaking. What should I even play? Try to think of any track I was ever learning. There is one that was fairly easy to play, and I think I remember it. I play the scale in which I think the track was composed, just to make sure that I remember it correctly. I don't know why among all the ones I've tried to learn, this one stuck with me. I haven't listened to it in a long while. Okay, I don't really know what I'm waiting for. Now, without some hesitation, I play the first note of the track, and then the rest of the chord. The weight of the keys feels surprisingly familiar, and the chord sounds nice and sweet. I forgot how nice it feels to play. I was never happy with my playing, but only now I remember I enjoyed it. I still feel everyone's eyes on my back, though. Okay, focus. I just need to get through the piece and not make any obvious mistakes. Desynchronizing left and right pause just as hard as I remember. People often don't realize that and think that playing slow piano pieces is easy, but that's definitely not true. Okay, that's all I remember. I turn around to face the rest and see them all looking straight at me. See, that wasn't so bad. Yeah, sure. Larvo, hey, I really mean it. Cheer up, you look like you're gonna cry. That was cool, Larvo. Really gave me the chills. I really love Digcraft music. I'm glad you played that one.
Bjorn?
Mikko gives him a disappointed look and shakes his head. Okay, that's quite funny. What's wrong?
That's not Digcraft music. That's a masterpiece from the 19th century.
Oh, I was sure that was Norway from the soundtrack. Would fit the occasion. I haven't played the game for quite a while now, though. I always love the music from it. It evokes so many memories now.
I'm glad to see the time I spent teaching you did not go to waste, though, Arvo.
Oh, right. That's why this piece stuck with me. It was one Mikko himself taught me. Frankly, I'm surprised. I surprised even myself. Although that wasn't the best performance of this piece, to put it lightly. And it's not like I remember much of it anyway. For someone who didn't play for a long time, that's really impressive, Arvo. You're really kind, all of you. I stand up from the piano and walk back to the sofa. My legs feel all wobbly under me, but I try to look calm and composed. I can't help but let out a big sigh of relief when I sit back down, leaning forward and hiding my snout in my open paws. Rune gets up and walks to me, patting me on my back reassuringly. You did well, Arvo, don't worry. By the way, Mikko, your playing is really nice. Do you play often?
Not really. I used to, but that was back in Finland. Here I don't have a piano I could practice on. I do have a synthesizer with a keyboard, but it's definitely not the same. Pianos have weighted keys with a completely different feel and playing dynamic. Can't imagine performing something other than a box fugue on a synth.
Why that, if I may ask?
Those were written for organs mostly, and so the dynamics are completely different. You don't need a piano's dynamic range and subtlety to play those.
I understand. So you play electronic music too? He actually composed his own stuff, and he's quite good at it too. He played me some of his tracks earlier today. They were all good. Mikko blushes at his words, putting his huge fluffy ears down. Unlike me, he never liked being in the spotlight, no matter what.
I just like playing music, that's all.
If you're good at it, you should definitely use your talent, though. Damn it, wrong voice. Do you have a SoundLake account where I can listen to your tracks?
I do have one, but I don't really upload anything there, at least not lately.
Why? I mean, how else are you going to get known?
I don't really care about that. As I said, I just like playing music.
The fur on Mikko's neck is all bristled, and he even bares his fangs when he speaks. Oh, this is not good. I rarely see Mikko angry, but now it's clear that he's getting more and more annoyed. That's just wasting your talent. There's something you can do well. You should find a way to monetize it. Or at the very least, share it with the world. Torolf, you've just told me not to put pressure Arvo into anything, and now you're trying to talk Mikko into things he tells you he doesn't want to do. Torolf looks at Rune, and then at Mikko again, clearly taken aback. You're right. Sorry. Although I won't change my mind about it.
I'd be glad if you respected my approach on what I do, thank you.
Oh, that was definitely the most hateful thank you I've heard in a long time. Well, the atmosphere in the room is completely ruined. I glance at Bjorn, who has been quiet for a while now. He's looking down at his paws, just playing with the cuffs of his hoodie, looking as if he wishes he was anywhere but here. Anyway, I really enjoyed listening to you play, Mikko. I love the sound of a piano. I know it's a fairly common sentiment, but piano might be my favorite instrument. It has such a magical, romantic quality to it. I regret picking up guitar instead of piano a bit, just a tiny bit. Actually, I wonder how does piano relate to a guitar? Knowing how to play one helps with the other. Mikko, can you play the guitar too?
This is what I learned at primary school. It was so long ago that there's no point in even mentioning it. I remember maybe one song. That was an easy one by Neutral Mino Hotel.
Oh shit, Minotaur Hotel. I think. Oh yeah, of course. You mean in the Asterio plane over the sea.
That one exactly, yeah.
It's a classic. I don't think I've ever heard of it. It's not the kind of music you look for. It's the music that finds you. Anyway, you won't be able to help me much then.
I'm afraid not, unless you want me to teach you to play piano.
Maybe someday. I have a bit too much on my paws lately. But thank you for the offer anyway.
Would you mind playing some more, Mikko? I don't remember the last time I heard someone play piano live. Actually, I don't think I've ever attended any piano concert. Feels different than listening to recordings. I can't really say what it is exactly, but it feels so much more alive and magical. I know a few more pieces. And we have time.
As we sat together listening to Mikko play, day slowly turned into night. Leaning on Bjorn through the window, I observed the last minutes of the evening sun, painting the sky red and orange. Soon after, the clouds started to give way to a clear, silky, smooth sky slowly fading to black. So many things happened today already. The afternoon is over, but the memories of it will stay with me forever. I'm actually happy that is the case, Amethyst. I'm actually happy with that. I've been wanting to read a longer visual novel that isn't Password. I loved Password, and I love Tennis Ace. But they can get very repetitive very quickly. That's my only issue. Days end so fast here up the north during winter. I don't feel tired at all, quite the contrary. I'm full of energy even though it's already dark outside. Above me, the stars look like small pebbles scattered across the night sky. Here, far away from the city and its polluting lights, they shine so much brighter. There's even a subtle band of light that forms a Milky Way slightly visible. It's a very cliche thing to think, but it's mind-blowing to think how big they actually are. So big and so distant. Impressive, isn't it? We stayed at the common space for more than an hour, first listening to Mikko's playing, then just talking together. At the end, we were joined by Lake and Jorgen, who treated everyone with chocolate they brought with them. It's almost time for the stargazing to begin, so we hurried outside onto the terrace. Here we found a few other students already waiting and several telescopes lined up at the edge of the terrace. The night sky here certainly is something. Next to the entrance stands Devin, together with a professor I am not familiar with. He's a burly badger, probably in his late 40s or 50s, looking rather friendly and approachable. Good evening, Professor! Good evening, Lake. And hello there, Jorgen. Evening, Professor. I hope you're well. I'm good, thank you. Devin glances at his watch, then looks at the notebook he holds in his other paw. Looks like everyone is here already. We can start now. Let me introduce you to Professor Arn Fang, who will give you a crash course in astronomy and stargazing tonight. Thank you, Devin. Hello, everyone. It's nice to meet you all. So, you're here because you've signed up for stargazing as your activity today. You probably expect to start with the telescopes, which you can see over there. That's not what we're going to do. I understand that some of you might be more advanced in the topic, but we're going to start with the very basics today. We're lucky that the wind blew the clouds away, otherwise we wouldn't be able to see much and would have to postpone the activity. The stars are favorable to us today. He chuckles at his own pun before continuing. Devin, can you go and turn the lights off? Sure thing. Stargazing for someone not versed in it might seem uninteresting. It's just looking at the sky, isn't it? Well, in a way it is, but it becomes interesting when you know what you're looking for. The sky is truly a beautiful thing in itself, but knowing what you are looking at transforms the experience. We will start our course with the simplest exercise. Look at the sky and try to locate the Ursa Major constellation. That the Bjorn is standing right there. Lake points at the bear and whispers to Jorgen, who upon hearing that hides his face in both his paws with a sigh. Thank you, Devin. So now, can you find the Ursa Major by yourself? I look up at the sky, but I have no idea what to look for. I've heard about the constellation, but at first glance it's hard to recognize anything even a bit Ursine looking. If you found it, please raise your paw. Glancing around to see a few paws already in the air. I myself have no idea what to look for, though. Okay, so now, how to find that constellation in the sky. When you look at Ursa Major and its tail, you will surely notice a familiar shape. You may know this group of stars as Karlsvagnen, Charles's Wagon, or the Plow. Plow? That's Big Dipper for you, Devon. Ah, sorry. British English sometimes still confuses me. Oh, that makes it much easier. I think everyone at least once in their life found the Plow in the sky. Only, unlike in the city, the sky here is filled with a multitude of stars. How am I supposed to find anything among so many? Counterintuitively, you may find out that locating specific stars is harder here, because of how many stars are visible. Focus on the brightest ones and ignore all the small ones. I think I see it. Looking only for the brighter stars, I finally locate the familiar shape and raise my paw. Now, why is this important at all? That constellation is the third biggest one in the night sky, and certainly one of the most well-known. It is extremely useful in navigation in the northern hemisphere of our planet. Even Homer in the Odyssey mentions Ursa Major as the constellation that never disappears from the sky, and instead bathes in the ocean's waves. If we draw a line going through them, the last two stars of the bowl point us straight to Polaris. Who can tell me why that's important? Polaris is the North Star. It's roughly above the North Pole, and so it's the point around which the whole sky rotates. That's right, thank you, Jorgen. What you might not know is that Polaris is actually a three-star system, composed of a primary star with two smaller companions. That's a story for a different lesson. If anyone here is interested in night sky photography but doesn't have the money for expensive equipment, then you could take some nice photos knowing where Polaris is. With long exposures, you can get those beautiful star trails circling around the North Star. I like this guy already. It's a shame I don't have classes with him. Our physics professor is probably the grumpiest old man I've ever seen. He's really nice, but any joke about Uranus gets you thrown out of his class. Lake knows something about that.
Oh, Lake. Ow, Lake, I always thought you were a polite boy that never gets into trouble.
I don't know where you got that idea. I can attest that it's completely untrue. So it looks like everyone was able to locate the Ursa Major. That's great. The next exercise, let's spice things up a little bit. This time you will be using telescopes. You'll take a closer look at Saturn through them. That is if you manage to locate it. I'll make it easy for you though, because these are supposed to be fun activities after all. You were instructed to download a Sky Map app onto your phones before the arrival. I hope you all did that. Oh, damn. If not, then do that quickly before we get to the next step. Devon, you can too. Go have some fun as well. Oh, if I can, then sure thing. Okay, so we don't quite have enough telescopes for all of you. So for the purpose of this exercise, you may form pairs or triplets or whatever configurations you might fancy. I don't mind. So now, please, step up to the telescopes. I believe you can sort into bigger groups when needed yourself. Doing as Professor Arn said, I walk up to a free telescope at the end of the terrace. Looking around to see that all my friends are already either at their telescopes or paired up with someone else. Even Mikko is walking towards one alongside Bjorn. Okay, does everyone in every group have their own telescope? Good. So now we can start. Named after the Roman god of time, Saturn is a good object for observation for beginners. It's relatively easy to locate and, I might say, fairly spectacular because of its rings. From my own observations, I can tell you that my students prefer to look at planets than stars. We have a bit of a closer relation with them after all. You can't help but start to imagine what it might look like from even closer. Who knows, maybe one of you will find some alien structures on one of the planets someday. But for now, look for an object with a golden color shining steadily, just a tad bigger than the ones around it. First, you'll need to locate it with your own eyes before finding it through a telescope. The mobile app you have on your phones will be very helpful. An object with a golden color shining steadily, just a tad bigger than the other ones around it. Easy to say, hard to find. I start up the sky map, hoping that it will help. I have absolutely no idea how to use it. Maybe I should have read a manual or something before the lesson. Look around in desperation. Maybe I'd be better off joining someone else after all. Also, it's already the end of the day. I still haven't asked anyone about sharing the room for tonight. I think it's finally time to make that decision, and this might be the best moment for that. So who am I going to ask? Is this all the routes that are available, like, permanently? Oh shit, so we made all the correct choices, and now we can pick any of them and date them. Give them all the lovin's. Yes, I want to overwrite that save. Alright. Boy dating time. Ah! So, click on Bjorn and you'll see you're wrong. Okay, I want to be wrong. Bjorn. Even though I don't know this guy well yet, I've grown to like him a lot. He's fun to be around, and even though he didn't look it at first, he's quite laid back and chill. Hopefully enough to let me stay in his room. Look around searching for him. You sure about that? It seems like Bjorn is available. Actually, what ones are unavailable? Rune. Seems like that one's available. Lake is available. Mikko is... Mikko. I know that he would agree if I ask him. Obviously, Mikko is available. Bjorn is available. Jorgen. Is he available? I think the only one who isn't available is Travis. I think Travis is the only one who isn't available. But is he even a route? Is Travis a route? Jorgen. Yeah, Jorgen. And Devin. Travis isn't a route. Okay, well, you already made the save. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to update it. We're going to do the route that I want to do first, and then we're going to let then we're just going to let you all fight. Okay, so, we're doing the route that I want to do first. Mikko. I know that he would agree if I asked him. He wanted to take a room together with me from the beginning, after all. Why am I so afraid of asking, then? I look around searching for him. He's not far off from me, standing near one of the telescopes with Bjorn and Travis. Glad that Mikko is making some new friends, too. I know that opening up to others isn't that easy for him. Or maybe that's no longer the case? A lot can change during 3 years. I know I changed a lot, too. We have some catching up to do for
It's
sure.
time to drink water. It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water.
Oh, Arvo. Hey, what's up?
Arvo?
Hello, good seeing you again. Hey, thanks. How's the assignment coming along? We're done, but only thanks to Travis. He's experienced with these sorts of things, so we asked him for a little help, and instead he did almost everything himself. I got my own telescope back home. Using this one is no different.
Did you finish already, Arvo?
I didn't even start. I'm not sure how to use that sky map. Oh, it's easy. It simply shows you the part of the sky you point your phone at. There's a menu on the right where you can choose specific planets and stars, and the map guides you to them. Travis takes out his phone and taps at the screen, launching the app and showing me step by step how to do this. It really does look easy, but I'm sure it's more fun doing this with the others. I'm glad I joined them now. Actually, I'd hoped that Mikko would try to team up with me and not Bjorn, but then again, it's not like I spent a lot of time with him today. Unless it was Bjorn who approached him about that while I went about. What is this unpleasant feeling in my throat? Am I jealous of him? Maybe a little, but he's my longtime friend, so that's understandable. Wow, I had no idea it could be so possessive. I surprise myself every day, just not always positively. That seems easy enough. Anyway, we already have the telescope in position, so you can take a look if you want. But if you want to try setting it yourself, then I don't want to ruin your fun. If you have everything ready, then that's even better. I'll go do the same on my telescope. You three have fun. Sure thing.
Thank you, Travis.
See you later. So, go ahead, Arvo. Oh, yeah, right. real quick. I do understand how people can find space scary and terrifying with, like, the black holes that can suck you up, the uncertainty, the asteroids flying about due to gravity. I personally find a sense of peace in all that. I find a sense of peace in the fact that I don't really want to get into it right now, but I find a sense of peace in what I think a lot of people find terrifying about space. I'm going to talk about that in the server if I remember. Fucking emotions. I lean in and look into the telescope. In the middle of the image, there's a rust-colored orb with a ring around it. I was expecting it to look like a flat image, but it's very real and three-dimensional. The planet casts a shadow on one of the sides of the rings. There's a thin shadow of the ring on the planet itself, too. It's not too big, but I see it very clearly. Oh. Yeah, that definitely was something. Something with a capital S. I look up at the starry sky, dotted with twinkling stars. Saturn's now only a pale dot, tiny and distant. Looks nothing like the massive planet I saw just a moment ago. And it's just one pale dot among many. They're no longer just some shining dots in the familiar night sky. Now there's stars and planets with their moons, and even distant galaxies, all of immense sizes and very real.
I love looking at the night sky. Actually, I think it's more fun without a telescope.
I like that too. Just sitting on the grass looking at the vast space before you, feeling completely free. I enjoy looking for patterns in the stars. Not only the familiar constellations, but any shapes I can find. Instruments, dragons, bananas. You have no idea how many bananas are up there in the stars. Once I even found a fancy cupboard.
It'd be nice if it was summer already. We could lie down together on a hill beside the guest house under the starry sky and just do nothing in particular.
What else can we look at? So you like that. I'm not sure myself, though. It's my first time using a telescope.
Maybe we could try checking the sky map. There was a list of interesting observable objects there. Maybe it can show us what's visible at the moment.
Oh, good idea. Let's try that.
Wait!
Wait, I mean, Mikko, I have a question, actually. So that if I needed a place to stay, I'm welcome in your room. Does that offer still stand?
Of course, you're always welcome.
Mikko smiles softly, a smile that could melt ice. Never really paid that much attention to the height difference between us, but somehow, it strikes me that he has to tilt his head up to look me in the eyes. If I cuddled him now, I could easily rest my snout atop his head. So I do just that, stepping up to him and hugging him closely. It's a pleasantly familiar feeling him snuggle back into me. You two are cute.
You too.
Me? Yeah, sure, as cute as an ogre in a pink dress.
I think I could imagine an ogre looking cute in a pink dress.
Oh, come on now, I was joking. I hope I'm not that ugly.
Oh, I don't know.
Bjorn looks at Mikko with sad eyes, dejected.
Hey, I'm kidding. You're a handsome guy. Really, you have nothing to worry about.
If you say so, I won't argue. So, while we're up here, we were supposed to look for more planets to see, yeah? For the next several minutes, we look through the telescope at whatever catches our interest. Bjorn marvels at everything with an unyielding enthusiasm I never suspected he had, while Mikko was mostly quiet, but interested nevertheless. The end comes all too fast, just after we located Polaris and wanted to take a closer look at it. Okay, it looks like our time here is up. Thank you all for attending the lesson. I hope you enjoyed it and maybe even gained a new passion. Supper's already waiting for you in the cafeteria. You're free to take it with you and eat anywhere you like. Have a good night, everyone. I hope we get to use the telescopes again sometime. This was a lot of fun.
There wasn't anything about it in the schedule, but maybe. It would be nice. I enjoyed it too. If you'd be up to it, I'd like to come out sometime just to watch the sky without any equipment.
Sure, that's a nice idea. That could be fun too. You can count me in. But let's go to the cafeteria now. Now, though, before all the food is gone. We're among the last ones to join the small crowd of students heading back to the guest house. It's nice to be back in the warm inside. The jacket helped a lot, but I still prefer warmer temperatures. Some sauna would be nice now, but that will have to wait until tomorrow. The cafeteria is already crowded when we enter, filled with the buzzing voices of many animals of different species. Most of them are queuing up to grab their supper from the table near the entrance, but some are already sitting around the tables and eating. A lot of students take their plates and leave, though. The queue is moving fast, so after just a short moment, we're able to gather our meal. Paper plates, each with 2 sandwiches and a slice of some cake, are lined up on the table in a few rows. Some bottles of still water are standing on the other side of the table. Are we eating here, or do you want to go somewhere else? I thought about eating outside myself. Maybe even alone if you don't mind that.
Oh, if you want to. Well, we could keep you company, that's no problem.
Don't mind me, I'll be fine. Besides, you two might want some time for yourselves. Anyway, I'll grab my plate and I'm out. See you tomorrow.
See you. Have a good night.
Bjorn takes his food with him and waves us goodbye, leaving the cafeteria.
How about you? Did you want to eat here?
It's loud here. I thought about eating in your room if you don't have anything against it.
Not in the slightest.
We each take a plate and a bottle and leave the cafeteria. As we walk down the corridor, the bustling of the cafeteria grows weaker, giving way to silence. Even our steps are muffled by the thick carpet. The dim lighting gives the guest house an intimate feel. So quiet that I can hear Mikko's breathing. Soft and calm. All this feels very familiar, as if I've already been here together with Mikko before, only forgot about it. Feels like the whole world is asleep.
Let's not wake it up then.
Behind the glazed door to the common space, I see someone sitting in a chair. The person turns in my direction, but we walk past the door before I can make out who that could be. Mikko opens the door and moves to the side to let me in.
Come in.
I still can't believe the amount of gear you packed for this trip.
We're going to be here for a while, Arvo.
Yeah, but you took half of your room with you.
Well, maybe 2/5. But I had some ideas I wanted to test, and I only took what I needed. If we were to hike to the guest house, I'd think twice before packing even half of that. But the bus took us almost to the entrance. Put your things wherever you want, by the way, and make yourself at home.
Which bed is yours?
Oh, none yet. You can pick whichever.
I do as Mikko said, hanging the borrowed coat on the hanger next to the entrance and putting away the camera bag on the table. Which, by the way, is already pretty cluttered, a bit too much to sit at and eat comfortably. Where do you want to put all this stuff?
I thought we could eat on one of the beds. It's not like we need cutlery to eat a sandwich.
Well, right. We both sit down on the bed, the soft mattress bending under us so that we lean on each other a bit. Finally take a better look at the food we were given. 2 rye bread sandwiches topped with slices of some dark cheese and sprinkled with pepper. Simple but looks so good. Especially considering I'm already pretty hungry. The slice of apple cake is deliciously browned on the edges and smells faintly of cardamom and cinnamon. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, the food here is quite nice. Looks like I won't be forced to subject you to the horrors of meal replacement drinks.
Ugh, don't remind me. I grab the sandwich and bite into it. What is this taste? This definitely isn't cheese.
What's wrong?
I don't think that's cheese.
Ah, yeah, I thought you knew. Have you ever seen cheese Stark?
Well, no.
This is Brunost, a Norwegian specialty, not cheese. It's made a bit differently than cheese, in a process that includes caramelizing sugars, giving it the sweet taste.
Heard about it before, but I never actually tried it. It's really weird. I don't think I'm a fan, but maybe that's because I expected the taste of cheese, and that's something very different.
You can get used to it. If you don't like it, then I can always make you some Huhul. Huahul.
I don't know how to pronounce that. No, nothing's wrong with it. I'm eating.
Good then.
I finish the 2 sandwiches quickly, hoping that there are no more surprises waiting for me than that inconspicuous-looking piece of cake. Still, I inspect it suspiciously before taking a bite. The sweet and tart flavor of ripe apples fill my mouth. Oh, it is really good. The crust is perfectly baked and crumbles easily, and the hint of cinnamon enhances the flavor. It's really well balanced, with nothing overpowering the rich taste of apples. Oh wow, this is nice. Definitely makes up for the Brunost. A pleasured sigh escapes my lips before I bite into the cake again. I finish the last bite of the cake and lie back on the bed, a content rumble emanating from my chest. Waves of pleasure spread outwards through my body like a warm light glowing inside me. That was good. Mikko repeats my motions, laying back next to me and closing his eyes. We don't say anything for a while, just basking in the light of the foodgasm overglow. I slowly start to doze off before Mikko breaks the silence.
Arvo?
Yeah?
What are you thinking about?
We're gonna leave off here tonight. And quickly before the ad, stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.